You gotta begin to water your own grass. You need to focus on your own journey. Not a bigger house, not a more expensive car, not a louder or bigger platform. What's your assignment? Where did God place you and why? You gotta focus on your journey. Why am I doing? What am I here for? And then you need to begin to celebrate other men's gifts. When you see another man succeeding, applaud him. It's not a competition. It's a partnership that we're in this life with.
This is the Legacy Maker Show.
Hey guys, I hope you are doing fantastic. Welcome back to another episode of Legacy Makers Podcast, where we keep it real, what it means to live a life with purpose, with faith and strength. I am Roger Salazar, and I am your host. And today we're going to dive into a subject that I believe challenges the very thing that is killing your confidence, your calling, and your contentment, your joy, and is comparison, which is killing you from within and you don't even know it's killing you. It robs you from gratitude. It robs you from an identity, and it's robbing your freedom. That's right. You heard me right. Comparison does all these crazy things, and you don't even know. Whether you're scrolling to social media and feel inadequate, whether you listen to successful guys that are doing amazing things in the business industry, and you begin to question your own path, or even you compare your spirituality with somebody else and wonder if you're ever going to measure up. This episode, I believe, is for you. It's for you because comparison isn't just a harmless habit that we have. It is a thief that is stealing our peace without us even knowing it's there. I do a lot of remodeling of homes, and when I go to a house, everything may be looking great. Everything is fantastic. The floors are new. The tile is beautiful. The kitchen is beautiful. And so you call the inspector and you realize the house has termites that has been eating the foundation of this house, or the foundation has been shaken. And people may not even notice it because what we like to concern about is the things that are in the surface. But we don't like to go to the depths to figure out what is really going on. And I believe that this thing called comparison is really stealing. It's stealing more than you even think. So the first thing I want us to do, I want us to acknowledge the cost of comparison, because comparison hits, and when it hits, it's going to hit really, really hard. Because when you compare, there's two things that are going to happen in your life, guys. You're either going to feel pride that you are better than some people, because obviously you're going to compare yourself. You're going to say, well, at least I'm not doing that, right? At least I'm not in that shape. Or it's going to feel shame because you're going to feel, man, I am never going to be good enough. I just don't have what it takes. So that's what comparison does, those two things. And neither of these two things are actually healthy for you, because pride, what it does, it isolates you. It takes you to an isolated place, to a dark place. And shame paralyzes you. It gives you the inability to move forward, inability to do the things that to continue to strive and things like that. And that's what that shame does. It paralyzes you. Think about your own life. Maybe you envy some coworker promotion. So maybe somebody got promoted, maybe have a better job in your workspace than you. And you think, man, I should have gotten that. I should be the one getting that. Or maybe you feel like a failure next to your friend because your friend has it all together because their marriage seems to be perfect. Or maybe the brother who is actually doing amazing in church and is involved in all kinds of ministries and is going out and is really out there and doing amazing things for charity and things like that. Because compared to what he does, it convinces you that someone else's path is better than the path that you're in, and that and causes you to feel that your path is actually worthless. It convinces you that you are just not doing good enough. And that's what this crazy thing that comparison does for us. But there is a deeper truth that I want us to really understand. Your journey is not your brother's, your friend, your family member, your co-worker. It's not your journey. His pain is not your pain. His calling is not your calling. Comparison, what it does is steals your ability to walk fully into your own purpose, because all you're doing is comparing and comparing. And if I had that, and if I didn't have that, and I had that wife, and if I had those kids, and if I had that car, if I had that job, and if I had that career, if I had that body, and then you got that ability to perform, and you continue to compare, and in reality, it robs you and it steals your personal ability to walk into what your own purpose, because you have a purpose in your life. Whoever you are, whoever is listening right now, you have a purpose in this life. God isn't calling you to someone else's lane. He's calling you. He's calling you to your own lane. He placed everything that you need, everything that you and I need to live the life that He has planned and designed for you. You know the story of the talents. One man gets 5 talents, the other man gets 2, the other one gets 1. We often envy the guy that has 5 talents. But the parable of the 5 talents and the talents isn't about who got more. It's not about who got the best talents. No, it's not even about who got less. It's about the faithfulness with what each one of them was given. It's about what did you do with what you were given. It's not about, I had this incredible talent, so therefore I was able to do this. No, it's about, am I faithful with what is given to me? Each servant was made accountable to use what they had. The first person double his 5, the second double his 2, the last buried the one that he had, and he earned condemnation, not because he lost it, but because he did nothing with his talent. God measures by his faithfulness, not by comparison. He's not going to measure you up to see if you're comparing to somebody else, or He doesn't put you aside with somebody else, say, well, this person is doing this so far and you're not doing, what the heck is happening? No, He is measuring out with the faithfulness that you have, which what is given unto you and I. He's not looking to see if you have more than your brother, or if your talents are better, you have better equipment, you're better equipped. He is looking to see what you're going to do with what is given to you and I. Please hear me. You got to hear me. It's not about what do you get. It's about what you do with what you're given. Try to ask yourself, what are the opportunities or the talents that you've been given and that you just bury them, even right now? And I'm not talking about not being successful at what you do. You may be doing your job, you may be doing it well, but are you able to dive into the gifts that God has placed inside of you, or are you burying them? And I just doing the repetitions with no thump from behind. If there's no that excitement from with that, because you have not allowed your gifts to shone into that what you do. Where have you compared instead of multiplying? Where did you begin to compare instead of using that which was given to you to multiply and to do much better and to do much more? Because the reality is this, guys, comparison kills. Comparison kills. And I just want to break it down really quick for you. Pride says, I'm above that person. I'm better than that person. I am better than my coworkers. I am better than this other. You begin to, when you compare, when you have this pride, you begin to feel that you're above everybody else. And you are the cause of somebody else to be paralyzed because you puff yourself up. You have this root of I am better, you are not as good as me, and that causes paralyzation in somebody else. And this thing is deadly because it steals from your purpose. Scripture reminds us in Romans 8:1, there is therefore now no condemnation to those who are in Christ. There is no condemnation in those who are in Christ. What does that mean? Your identity is not tied in comparison. Your identity is not tied of when you're comparing it, if you're better than so-and-so. You are not better than someone else, but you're also not inferior to somebody else. You are you. You are called. You are chosen. You are free. You are you. You've been given everything that you need, guys. I've been given everything that I need to live the life that I'm living right now. What is it going to be good for me to compare myself either to feel less or to feel more than if I don't fulfill my calling in this thing called life? In Matthew 25, when we talk about the talents, it wasn't about the talents. It's about using what the master was giving them to multiply that not to compare to what the other person did or didn't do with what they were given. No, it was by fulfilling what was put in them. Comparison is not harmless. It affects your soul. I'm not talking about healthy competition. I'm talking when you begin to compare your life to somebody else. That's not healthy. Infects your very soul, destroys your joy, and hinders your purpose. So how do we break free? You may ask, Roger, okay, I realize that I've been in this, almost in this mindset that I'm constantly comparing my life to somebody else. Constantly compare what I have versus what somebody else has. Compare what I don't have versus what somebody else has. I know that I've been in this almost mindset preventing me from truly dig deep and understanding my own gifts, my own talents, that I may be able to bless others with that nobody else has what I have. But how do I break free from that spirit of comparison? How do I break the chains of comparison? You gotta begin to water your own grass. You need to focus on your own journey. Not a bigger house, not a more expensive car, not a louder or bigger platform. What's your assignment? Where did God place you and why? You gotta focus on your journey. What am I here for? And then you need to begin to celebrate other men's gifts. When you see another man succeeding, applaud him. It's not a competition. It's a partnership that we're in this life with. Again, like I said, it's healthy competition, but you gotta begin to rejoice on somebody else's success. And I know it's hard, man. It's hard for me too. God, you're working so hard and you see somebody else sitting and you begin to just get into this rotten way of thinking. But God has given you what you need to live a godly life. Begin to cheer somebody else for their success. Remind yourself of the value that you have. You're not a copy of anybody. You are one of the kind, my brother. You are one of the kind. You are uniquely and wonderfully made. God did not make a mistake with you. He placed inside of you everything that you need. You are wonderfully made. And I know that's sometimes hard, but think about the gifts that you have, man. This may be time for you to go back to your lane. The danger starts when you stop looking forward and start looking sideways. When you begin to start looking to the side and begin to start looking what the person is doing and not doing, then that's the moment that you lose track of your vision, that you lose track of where you're going. And the Bible says that without a vision, the people perish. Well, you don't have a vision where you're going because you're so worried, you're so concerned about comparing yourself with somebody else that you lose track of where you're going. And I want to encourage you to remove social media for your life during critical hours. Remove it. Make a conscious decision to remove that from your life. I know it's hard, man. We all need that dopamine. I mean, my goodness, it's like every second of the day. But you need to figure out those critical hours. I want to remove that. Every morning when you wake up, list one thing that you are grateful for in your life. Focus on that one thing that you're grateful for. I don't care what it is. Just focus on that one thing. And celebrate one man today. Think about somebody else that is successful. Think about somebody else that's doing well. And celebrate. Tell them, man, I'm so proud of you. Great job. You're doing amazing on this area. Celebrate somebody else. So I'm going to break this into a daily practice or daily habits that I believe that if we implement them, it's going to help us to reshape our mind and to realize that comparison is killing you and you have to be set free from that comparison. It's time to look internally and to look inside of you and to recognize the gifts that are placed in you. First, I want you to do a daily comparison check. Every morning, ask, where am I comparing today? Where do I begin to compare with somebody else today? In what area? And remind yourself that you are a gift, that nobody has what you have. Nobody was made the way you were made. You're not a copy of anybody. Number two, you can have a gratitude journal. Every day, list 3 things that you're grateful for in your life. That will reset your perspective. That will give you a gratitude for the life that you're living. List 3 things that you're grateful for. Number 3, gift inventory. Write down 2 or 3 strengths, talents, or passions that God has given you, whatever those are. Write them down. What gives you strength? What gives you passion? What gives you excitement? You need to do an inventory of the gifts that God has placed inside of you. And if you don't know, how do you expect somebody else to know, guys? How do you expect your wife to recognize the talents and gifts that you have when you don't even know what they are? How do you expect your job to give you a raise or to give you a promotion when you don't even know the gifts that you have? You have to dig deep inside of you and find the talents and the gifts and what brings you passion that God placed inside of you. Those are your lanes. You have to keep those in front of you. And number four, affirm a brother. Each day, speak life into another brother. They need to hear. Every one of us need to hear once in a while. And if you can be that voice to bring encouragement to another man, celebrate his gift. Encourage a process that they're in. You know, they may say, hey, I only smoke 5 cigarettes instead of 10. Celebrate little steps. And every month, number 5, every month have a checkpoint. Use a trust friend that you can go to and talk to about your gifts, your talents, your challenges, your wins. No comparison, just partnership. And the reality is this: we all have come to a point in our lives when we have compared ourselves with somebody else. You know, when I was trying to play sports, I always was very conscious about my height because I wanted to play basketball and I couldn't because I was shorter than some of the folks that I was playing with. When I was playing soccer, I wasn't as quick as somebody else. And always that sense of comparison. And in reality, that comparison did not give me anything other than shame, other than feeling less than. Because comparison is not gonna cause you to do better. Comparison is gonna begin to destroy you. To put shame inside of you. When you compare yourself with Christ and you say, you know what, you are my role model. You're the only one that I need to impress. Help me to see inside of me. Help me to see what you have placed inside of me. I mean, think about these guys. Don't you think that your son will be so grateful if you highlight the gifts that you get to see in your kid? When you make him feel incredible when you say, man, son, you know what I noticed? I noticed that you have the ability to lead your teammates. They follow you. You have such a leadership skills. Can you imagine if you say that? Because he may not know that he does have that, but all of a sudden you highlighted them. That is absolutely the most amazing thing you can do for your son, for your kids. How much more do you think that your father wants to highlight the things that are inside of you? Comparison can kill you and can rob you. And you know what? We live in a freaking time, in the freaking era where we are continuously compare ourselves with somebody else because of stupid social media. It's nonstop. It's nonstop, guys. It's every single freaking moment of the day. You know, we compare physicality, we compare jobs, we compare careers, we compare houses, we compare cars, we compare tires, we compare wheels, we compare hair, we compare everything. And if we spend more time being grateful for what it has been deposited inside of us and begin to dig deep inside of us and begin to extract those incredible gifts that have been placed inside of us, instead of continuing to compare, either I am more than or less than, what is that going to benefit you? What is that going to help you? On the contrary, it's going to begin to destroy us. Man, I want you to hear this. God gave you a kingdom call, not a kingdom to compare. He gave you a kingdom call. Your gifts, they are needed. They are needed right now, right here, right now. Your voice matters. Your life is a woven into, is an incredible tapestry of God's mission. Your gifts in your job are needed. Quit hiding them because you are so concerned about what others are doing or not doing. And you're hiding the gifts. Your gifts are needed in your family. Your gifts, your family is desperate for you to bring those gifts into the table so they get to enjoy those gifts. Can you imagine on Christmas if we have all these incredible gifts and we put them on the attic and we don't ever bring them out and we say, man, we have incredible gifts for you, but we never bring them out? Can you imagine what a waste? You'll be saying, you're dumb. Bring those gifts out. We need to make sure that they get to enjoy those gifts. Imagine the gifts that God has placed inside of you. And all you do is keep hiding them because you are so afraid that you may not be good enough, or you feel so prideful that you're like, I'm too good. Comparison steals your power. Comparison is your kryptonite that is going to prevent you from reaching the heights and the depths that God has created in you and designed to reach. It robs your joy and it paralyzes your purpose. But I'm going to tell you this, guys, you can live free. You can live free. If you begin to dig deep inside of you and recognize we gotta do it, guys. We gotta start digging deep inside of us. Many years of my life, I was always conscious about what they're gonna think about me. The way that even right now, me speaking to you, man, there was a time, there was no way in heck I would be able to do it, right? Because I will be trying to compare myself with another amazing podcasters, or my accent, or my this, or my that, or the other. I was afraid. I mean, that's the bottom line. I was just scared. What other people are gonna think about me? What they're gonna say? They're gonna criticize me. They're not gonna listen. But you know what? I had to step into my gift. And I said, you know what? Somebody, if it's only one guy whose life I get to impact, whose life I get to encourage, if it's one guy that I get to dig deep inside of them and bring out the gift that God has placed in me, that's good enough for me. What gives is that calling is God calling you to step into. Not because we're perfect, not because we're going to do it perfectly, but because God has given you everything that you need to live a godly life. So here is my challenge to you. So here is the challenge I am going to challenge you with this week. Because the reality is this, guys. We all have fears. We all are afraid to step into our calling. We keep walking like this, with our head down to the side. We're scared. We want to compare ourselves. What is that person doing? What is not doing? I am sick and tired of comparing myself, guys. I don't care. I don't care what others are doing or not doing. I want to champion them. I want to encourage them. I want to cheer for them. They're living their lives. They're walking their path. Are you walking your own path? Do you know where you're going? Do you have your destiny, your vision? Is your path straight? Do you know where you're going? And let me tell you, God has placed everything that you need in order for you to accomplish your mission. Because you have a mission. You're called to this planet to share your gifts to all the people around you. Your family needs you. Your community needs you. Your business needs you. Your job needs you. Your church needs you to step into your path, into your calling. Quit comparing yourself. You are you. You are uniquely and wonderfully made. And here is your challenge for this week. Stop scrolling. Done. Stop scrolling with the comparison in mind. Quit comparison. Quit comparing. Just don't even go to social media if you're going to compare. Stop scrolling with comparison. Write your gift. Write the gift list that you have. At least 5 strengths, passions, and callings that you have. What are they? Because if you don't know who they are, by golly, your wife and your kids are never going to be able to know what they are. So don't be mad at them because they don't even know when you don't know what your gifts are. So write your gifts. Speak life into somebody in another man's life. Text, call, face-to-face, whatever. Celebrate their gift. Celebrate when you watch them step into their own purpose, their own calling. Use one of your gifts to bless somebody else that is in need today. Use your gifts that you have so you can bless somebody who needs to hear it. This is freedom. This is your lane. This is your track. This is your path. And this is what it means to live a life as a legacy maker. Because as you living your life with your purpose, with the design that God created you, when you begin to strike these gifts, you're beginning to throw those seeds into the ground. So one day they will bear fruit, and that will be your legacy because you live passionately your gift. And if this message hit you today, and if this message spoke to you, I will encourage you to please share with your brother. Somebody needs to listen to this. Somebody is going to a pit of comparison so deep that they don't know what to do with themselves. Let's create a culture where men rejoices in one and on each other's gifts and live free from comparison today. Until next time, I want to ask you to stand tall, live from your lane, and live free. Share it, comment, like it, and we'll see you next week. God bless you.